Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first interview at Zentum Trading. So this is where we will interview our most successful traders in the community. First one, we have Sean. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the interview. We can
Hello.
first start with you telling us a little bit about yourself. So how old are you? And just are you maybe in college or at which stage are you at in life, let's say?
So I'm 24, almost 25, getting on a bit. Yeah, I work full time. I finished uni a few years ago. I work just a basic admin job for the NHS, which is the UK Health Service. Pretty
Nice.
exciting.
Awesome. Awesome. So the second question would be, let's get into trading, and it will be, how did you start trading? Which strategy did you start, and just your experience the first time when you saw what trading is about?
So yeah, first heard of Forex really, or kind of started taking an interest in it last August. So about a year, 13 months ago ish. And so I was childhood friends with Griff, obviously one of the co-founders. And I think it was that August, probably a few days before I started looking into it. He made his Griff Trades Instagram page, and in the bio or the description he put where his journey was. A few years ago he started off with the bot, and then he passed his challenges. And I was just reading through it, and I thought, I remember him talking about that, and it didn't seem that long ago, and now he's so far ahead. So that kind of sparked my interest, and then I was like, oh, it looks pretty interesting. And then I went on his YouTube channel, started looking into it, and then I think one of his videos was how to get started, and then he mentioned baby pips. So then I started off with baby pips, did that for a few months, and then I reached out to him, and he was he just set me on the right path. Really, I've only ever really traded this one strategy, which
that's great. Usually people jump from like 2 or 3 communities. I know when I was just starting, I switched. Must have been 2 or 3 communities before I really got down into it and like learned to trade. So it's good that you started off very strong and you found Zentum trading, so you could
exactly.
get on the right path right from the start.
No, exactly. Like I've kind of had the path cleared for me, really. So I've been quite fortunate.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So you said you started 13 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and no experience before that? Nothing, like crypto, nothing?
No, well, nothing notable. I bought some altcoins in like 2016 that are now worth about 4p. So,
Oh, 2016. Damn, that was
I
really
know
long ago.
it's 2017 maybe. I mean, they doubled overnight, but I held on. As every good trader should do. I know they're worth nothing.
Yeah, it happens. I had the similar experience with some altcoin as well. So it happened. Unfortunately, we didn't buy Bitcoin in 2016.
No, I know. Should
It would be
have.
great. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question on the list. So how long have you been learning to trade before you got consistent in Zentum trading, of course, because that is your first education?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say I've reached pure consistency now. I mean, I make good returns, but I'm still taking very average setups, and I'm missing good ones. So, but to get to where I am, I think my first live trade was end of December last year, which was pretty early to get in from first starting. And then I wasn't really monitoring the markets that, not every hour. I was just checking it every now and again to kind of familiarize myself. And then I'd say February, I started really taking an interest in the live markets and making sure I check it on the hour. And then, it's been, I think February was a good month, March was a good month. And then I had a fair bit of drawdown, I think 9%. But I got out of that last month or July with the AU flag, maybe.
And in July, the short.
Yeah.
I think I know which one. Yeah, in July.
Yeah, and then So that's
about 6-7 months, would you say, before you started like live trading and making some decent percentage?
Yeah, I'd say so. Be about 6-7 months.
Nice. That's great. That's really fast. It took me, I think, a year or a year and a half before I really got serious with it. So that's great. So what's your best part about trading and the worst part about trading? Because we know in trading there are many upsides, but in life everything balances out. So there are a lot of downsides as well. So if you could just mention some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the best is it's good just to be working towards something. Like I feel like I'm working towards something that will benefit me in 3, 4, 5 years time, and I can picture myself in a much better position because I'm spending this time now learning and dedicating. So I suppose hope would be it, or something to drive towards in general, of having that freedom in the future. And the worst part is probably the stress. It's quite stressful.
Yeah.
You get really, I don't know, it's 1 minute you can be on top of the world thinking you're unbeatable, and then the next day you're sitting in the corner of the shower, crying yourself to
Yeah, I know.
ups and downs.
During the winning periods, it's like you're on top of the world, and the feelings are awesome. You're super happy, and you do not have a bad day, even if you have a lot of winning positions running. But when you're in drawdown, well, then you need to control yourself, and any situation can piss you off. At least that's what happens to me, So it's tough. It's tough. Like there are good months, good days, bad days, and then the bad days just get even worse when you're in drawdown.
Yeah, the whole world's just closing in.
Yeah, but I definitely agree about the best part as well, because it's kind of a journey, and if you like, let's say, to work on yourself and improve your skills and just work on something and see the progress in the next few years, then trading is extremely rewarding, because your returns can get really high. So you can really see exactly what you put in, you get out in the end. Whereas with like a regular job, I mean, you put in a lot of work, but it depends on your boss how much you will get paid at the end of the day. So here you're kind of working on for yourself. You have a business, and that business grows as your skills grow, and the amount of work you put in, you get out in the end. So I really like those best and worst parts that you mentioned. So what was the best and the worst trade in your career so far? And if you can just go through the feelings that you had with the best trade and with the worst trade, maybe what happened after that.
Best. Might
Maybe
be
July.
March. No, well, yeah, that was good actually. March, I think it was an AU flag that ran just up until NFP Friday, and a lot of people held it through NFP. AU long, I can get the date actually, that'll help. March 7th, AU was a flag. Yeah.
I think I missed that trade. I think I missed it.
Yeah, it's quite a deep flag, and there's a bit of a wick as well. Yeah. What was the question again? Feelings. Oh yeah, so I chose that one because that was kind of my first decent winner, and it was just really nice to be in work and checking MetaTrader and moving my stops up. It hadn't tagged me out for a full 1% that I was kind of used to at that point. Yeah, it's just a good feeling to, I don't know, to be in a trade and then other people are in the same trade, and I kind of feel like we're all, I don't know, making something. And I think that's what passed me a phase of a challenge, or maybe it got me a phase 2. I can't remember. But yeah, that was pretty good to feel like the work I was putting in, I've seen some rewards now, and it's, I don't know, keep going.
100%.
Yeah, worst trade.
Maybe you got slipped on one. I know I got slipped badly recently. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. I got slipped like 4x or 5x on some accounts. It was pretty bad. So maybe you have that sort of experience.
I think I have been slipped, but not 4 or 5x, maybe 2x. I can't remember which trade it was. That's pretty. That's quite disheartening. It's probably one of the earlier trades, because when I go back and look at them now, because I started in the live markets without, probably being ready, I was taking a lot of terrible set up. So I'm not even going to share the date of them because I don't want to. I don't want you to see. Yeah, quite a few rough ones, but I suppose it's part of the journey, and it's nice now to be able to reflect on them and see that my thinking has changed and I'm not a complete novice anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, most of our losers are 1% max loss. Basically, the only time we have a bigger loss than 1% is when we get slipped, and that's news. You cannot avoid it. It's part of trading. It's part of the game. Sometimes you'll have some major news and you'll get massively slipped, 2x, 3x. But again, part of trading. We try to keep our losses 1% or lower, which is the key for profitability. Small losses, big winners. And it's good for your psychology as well, because if you have big losses and big winners, well, then the losses will hit much, much harder. Let's say you had like a 5% loss or a 6% loss every time. That would be absolutely awful. So keeping it to 1%. Yeah.
Yeah, those sitting in the corner of the shower crying sessions will be a lot more heavy.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. A bit more of a fun topic after talking about these depressing trades. So I'm sure you're familiar with scalping. And when you were just starting, so how come you chose swing trading rather than scalping? Because at Zentum Trading, for our viewers, we trade only the 1 hour chart. So basically, we do not go lower, we do not go higher. It's a great, let's say, medium, so that you just check the charts on top of each hour once per hour and you go on about your day. So you do not have to be glued to the screen, and it gives you the freedom of time. But scalping is usually done on the 5-minute, maybe 15-minute, but I would say 5-minute predominantly. So yeah, my question to you is, how come you didn't look at scalping first, or did you think about swing trading versus scalping?
I mean, I did have Griff obviously to kind of help guide me to swing trading anyway, but I wouldn't have considered scalping regardless, just because obviously I work full time, 9:30, 5:30 every weekday. So it's just a flexibility of only having to check the charts every hour, or even every couple of hours if it's nothing's happening or no setups will form.
Yeah.
So it just works around my life really well. I couldn't really dedicate the time in the day, because obviously I'm working to just do a scalping session.
Yeah. So how do you manage to combine your work and trading our strategy? Do you have trouble like checking the charts on top of each hour?
Sometimes, not often though. I'm very good at timing toilet breaks just before the end of the hour. Sometimes I'm out and about in some like rural places. I don't have signal, so it can be a bit stressful then if there's something heating up. But yeah, I haven't missed anything so far in work hours. It's more through the night because I'm terrible at waking up. But even then, I've not missed too much.
Awesome, great. So do you have like an alarm on your watch? What I usually use is like a smartwatch. This thing that just buzzes every hour. You have, so you have a similar thing.
Same thing.
Nice. Yeah, this is the best. Okay, so the next one is, how much percentage did you make this year so far?
I think just over 44% so far.
44%. Awesome. Damn, that's more than me. That's awesome.
I'm pretty fortunate.
So you had a good July, right?
March, pretty good July.
It's pretty good for you, I'm guessing. I think you took a trade recently, like a massive 10% sell on the New Zealand Japanese yen. That was you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely looking at that sell setup, but it just wasn't right for me. But I definitely can see why you took it. So congrats on that. It was a massive winner, and congrats on the percentage that you made this year. That's absolutely awesome.
Thanks.
And so, did you get any prop firm payouts? Did you pass any prop firm challenges in the last couple of months? How was your experience with prop firms?
Well, I've got two funded accounts that I've had since March. They're still going. They were in some drawdown, but I've just got them over the threshold for a payout. So I've just requested one payout today. Well, two, but one of them is with a firm that has frozen their payout, so I'm not expecting to see that anytime soon.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's fine. It's only a 10k
So you're
account,
not
but
gonna get it. They completely froze it, or?
well, no, they've paused. They're going through a troubled time at the minute, and have been for the past month or so. So they've paused all new sign-ups, and they're not paying anyone out at the moment. So
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. This prop firm industry is very tough, very volatile. So are you with like, do you have any accounts with FTMO maybe?
No, I did have one challenge, but that was I started that at the beginning of my 9% drawdown. I think with slippage and stuff, I just failed it before a winner, which is fine. It happens. But then with the payout I've requested that I will get, I think I will go with FTMO again. Probably 50k account.
Yeah. Awesome. And so the accounts that you currently have, like not with the prop firm that froze your accounts, but with the other one, which one is that?
That's funded next. So I've got a 15k funded with them, and then I've got a 60k 5% is at phase 2.
Oh, awesome! 5%ers are really good. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. I'm trying to stick with the reputable ones from now on. I've had my fun with the dodgy ones. My lessons.
Yeah, 100%. FTMO 5%ers, the two most reputable firms. I mean, even they are a bit, prop firms. They have a business model similar to a casino, so you never know when they will go bust. FTMO and 5%ers are the safest ones out there. Did you check out Darwin X Zero? I mean, with your track record, you could really build some nice capital on that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Well, I was going to do it when I first started, and then I decided against it for some reason because I didn't think I'd make much. And then as time's gone on, I've just not done it for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, definitely. You can even import your track record. So you can definitely check it out. Yeah, there are many options. You can start from scratch, or you can import your existing track record, which is what would you say, 44%? That's freaking awesome in just a few months. So yeah, definitely, I advise Darwin X. And so if you could just tell us about Zentum and your experience so far, like the learning part, what did you like about Zentum trading, and if you could maybe give any advice to anyone that's looking to join.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I was I joined in the first few days, I think, and I was kind of on the fence, like, I'm doing fine. I know what I need to do. Do I need to join a community? But it's without a doubt the best thing, the most beneficial thing to my journey so far. Purely for community, I'd say that's probably my best thing. We've got the weekly calls, and then the Discord's always active. If there's a question, I can, one or all of you, the 3 of you mentors will answer it, or even some of the other guys in there. Because it can be quite lonely trading, I suppose. You just sit at your desk for however long, staring at bars go up and down, but then just to be in it on the same journey with other people, and then to learn from people who've been doing it for a lot longer than you. Yeah, I mean, there's no downside, really, I suppose.
Yeah, that's one of the major issues that I had when I was just starting to trade. I was alone, so I didn't really believe that you can make a profit in the markets because I was just surrounded by no one. So I think that's the main upside of a community, because you actually get to socialize with real traders, and you get to see it with your own eyes that they're making profits, and then you believe it. And when you believe in something, you build confidence, and then you're much more likely to succeed yourself, right? So I definitely think that is the best part about having a community, and that is why we started Zentum Trading, because we wanted to socialize with our traders and give them a perspective and a view into our lives and how we do it, so that they believe it and then replicate it for themselves. And so what are your goals for the future? Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 2 or 3 years as far as trading goes? Maybe you have some other goals as well.
Yeah, well, so I've not put a timestamp on when I want to achieve this, but I would like Forex to be my primary source of income, and then gradually move from employment to being able to sustain myself. So however long that takes, great. If it happens next year, year after, that's fine. But I'm just going to keep working, chasing that basically, because I'd love to have the freedom of, being my own boss and making my own money. But things have to be in place first. I don't want to just jump into it because, I got a payout this 1 month, because you never know how long it'll be till the next one. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working at that. Hopefully in 2-3 years I'll be there, and then from there I'll figure it out. But for now, it's just keep grinding, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%. Any goals as far as funding goes? Which amount would you aim for?
Yes, so I've kind of worked my way. I'm working my way up to bigger ones. So I started with a 10k and then a 15k, and now I'm taking that 60k. I'll probably stick to about the 50k mark for now, just because the fee for the challenge is something I'm not going to cry over if I lose it, and then I'll start building up to 100k, 200k accounts. I mean, it'd be nice to get 7 figures one day. I think that's the ultimate goal, but yeah, not for a while at least. But I'll keep working up to it.
Yeah, if you keep building a track record with Darwinex, you can definitely attract some very serious money, some very serious investors. So there are definitely a lot of routes to go. And so once you achieve your goals, would you like, let's say, travel around the world, or maybe live at a different place, or do you see yourself? You're from the UK, right?
Yeah, Wales.
Yeah, from Wales. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Wales is beautiful. So do you see yourself living in Wales?
For the foreseeable future, yeah. I think there's not much around here. There's nothing too exciting going on. So maybe some years down the line, I'll look into somewhere more busy.
Yeah, I've been to Wales. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I was done.
So I've been to Grip's wedding, and Wales is really beautiful. It's absolutely awesome. So I would definitely wanna live there for a couple of years. So
it's
I
quite
see
nice.
why you like it. Yeah. And do you have any advice for new traders, maybe some struggling traders that have been in the game for a year, 2 years, but are still struggling, still haven't found profitability or consistency?
Yeah, I suppose find some people that trade the same as you, and just start sharing ideas, because there's a whole world beyond what's in your mind. Like if I hadn't joined the community or started speaking to like-minded people, I'd be so lost, and I'd just be stuck in my own perpetual circles. But to have someone else kind of put their input in, someone that's been doing it for longer than you, just to learn from them, and then just snowballs them, because then you start taking on new ideas as well, and then eventually you might not need other people's input. You can think for yourself. But I think for a beginner, it is really important to learn from people that have been doing it for a long time, and kind of, at least for the first few years, shape yourself around, or shape the way you trade around someone that knows what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. The best thing that I always recommend for new traders is find someone who is profitable, that preferably offers like a track record, or at least has a lot of profit from payouts, that they can prove to you that they know how to make money in the markets, and then basically follow exactly what they're doing and try to replicate their results. You don't have to trade the same strategy for your whole career, but definitely start by doing exactly what your mentors are doing, because that is the fastest way to reach consistency and profitability. Once you reach it, well, then you can definitely work on the strategy, tweak it, do your own thing, maybe start a different approach. Have you maybe looked into some entries of your own, or some different trading edges that you would want to exploit, maybe apply the Zentum strategy on some different assets? Or are you currently still researching the core strategy and core currencies?
Yeah, I'm still sticking to the. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to, get to a point where I feel like I've mastered them, and then I'll start looking at other things. But for now, I'm just focusing on I'm getting there.
Yeah. And which entry do you like the most?
Well, it's a love-hate relationship, but the sweep, I'd say.
Oh, the sweep, really?
Yeah,
That
I
is
do.
on the euro US dollar or the Aussie US dollar?
Oh, Aussie US dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the Aussie US dollar, it's more of a love relationship, and then the hate comes from the euro. But overall, I enjoy it.
Yeah, nice. The sweep is definitely a very interesting entry. I personally love the flag. The flag is always going to be my favorite.
Probably
Although,
second favorite.
yeah, I've missed so many flags on the Aussie US dollar in the last 2 or 3 years that I hate the Aussie US dollar and flags, but I love flags on every other currency.
Yeah.
So it's like a different relationship depending on the currency. Um, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for doing this interview. Thank
My
you
pleasure.
guys for watching, and more of these interviews will be coming. So definitely stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel as well. And any last words from you?
Love you. Bye.
Yeah. So thank you guys very much for watching, and see you in the next video.